So we had a story in Genesis about Jacob. We talk about Jacob's letter all the time. You hear preachers preach about it. You hear people communicate, angels descending and ascending from heaven. Jacob went to sleep on a rock, a pillow, using it as a pillow. And then when he woke up, he basically made a pillar for the church and gave it to God, that land that he rested upon as he was going to see his uncle. So what I want to do is the topic right now is a family of tricksters. A family of tricksters. Now, this is not rehearsed. This is just me reading and going off the top of my head with the information I've been reading over the past couple days. I think this expands from Genesis 21 through 30 for sure. And it goes a little bit beyond that to know about, actually expands just mostly Genesis, right? Dang it, what the numbers? I think 11 or 13 when Isaac was cheated out of his birthright. Well, Isaac was cheated because he was fooled by Jacob and Rebecca for the birthrights to the land, the Canaanites, all right? So this off the top of my head, all you people that know everything, that got all the answers, I'm sorry, I'm not one of them. I'm a person that's just trying to help someone else come, whether I'm perfect or imperfect, or whether I got it all together or don't. So all my points are running together because for whatever reason, Sarah and Rebecca's story, I keep mixing it up. I keep making them the same when they're not, right? Sarah was married to Sarah married to Abraham. Isaac is the birth child of Sarah and Abraham. Isaac married to Rebecca, and he went back to his homeland, the mom homeland. They married her, came back, where the servant pretty much was told, hey, go find a wife for Isaac from the homelands, right? So he went back and went to a well and said, whoever, what first female come and pitch something for him to drink and for the camels to drink would be the woman that should wed Isaac. And then went from there to, hey, Isaac married Rebecca. He fell in love with her immediately. And then they had a child, two children, Esau and Jacob. Esau is the oldest, Jacob the youngest. Esau was the hunter. Jacob was the one that had mama's boy, hung around mama. Esau was the one daddy boy. Right? So we got two kids. For whatever reason, one of them is the daddy child and one of them the mama child. They just resonate well with them. Nonetheless, Jacob, trickster from the beginning. Esau, you'd be thankful that Esau go out there and hunt and bring food home. But after Esau brought food home and did what he had to do, Jacob, for whatever reason, told him, hey, I know you're starving, but you gotta give me your birthrights if you want another plate. Boom, dang, that's how you doing it? All right, shoot, I'm hungry, man. I don't care about them birthrights, go ahead. My daddy never agreed to it anyway. Boom, years later, all of a sudden Isaac is blind, sleep. So what happened? Rebecca, Jacob go and deceive Isaac by putting some doggone furry animal skin. I don't want to say which one because I can't remember, I think it was a goat. But nonetheless, on Jacob to get blessed for his birthrights, while Isaac rubbed all over the hair because Esau was hairy. All right. So from there, once Jacob found out that this happened, even though he agreed for the birthrights to be given based off that meal that day, nonetheless, years later, the dad gets sick, get deceived, and Isaac is mad because the daddy did not agree to that. The daddy was deceived. So a family of tricksters. Now, here we are. Jacob need to find him a wife. And again, mom said, go to my brother's house and get a wife. And that's where you heard the story when I first started talking about on his way out, before daybreak, before the night broke, and he go to sleep, he laid down and got some rest. And that's what he dreamed about, the ladder, right? Angels ascending and descending. And God made a promise that he gonna have so many descendants come from him, and he gonna give him protection and everything. And that's when Jacob made the oath with God that you'll be the same God of Abraham, Isaac, and now me. Now, at this point, God made a covenant and a promise with three different individuals in the Bible, not being Adam, but Abraham, Isaac, and now Jacob. And Jacob, even though he was a trickster, even though he stole birthrights, even though he had wrongdoings, God still blessed him. That's a message in itself. God blessed the trickster. God and I hold wholeheartedly everything in one shape, form, or fashion as people does. This is the message right here. So many times people have done good to you for years and years, and all of a sudden they wrong you one time and you're done with them for years and forever. What if God did you like that? What if God hold one thing that you've done or one thing you consistently do against you? Because you could have done it over and over again, but you say, you should have learned. You should have learned. You did it. You did this to me. You did this to me. Right? Yeah, I can't stand you. I hate you. I don't like you. Stay the hell away from me. Right? That's how we do things. But guess what? That ain't what God does, and that ain't how God told you to treat people. God said, love thy neighbor as you love yourself. That means you got to love yourself first, then you love your neighbor. And you don't want nobody to do you. You won't do yourself like that. If you do, you living in trauma. You living in a pain, miserable world. And you always looking for something to be mad about, 9 times 10, if that's your story. So let's keep going with this. Now, however, you don't have to keep getting fooled by the same people. Once he meets Lebanon, he all of a sudden saw a beautiful girl. Lebanon. Once he meet his hometown, his mom's hometown, he meet Uncle Laban. Laban have 2 daughters, Rachel and Leah. Rachel's the older, and Leah's the baby. And he falls in love with Leah, the younger one. And he asked to marry Leah. So the daddy said, give me 7 years of herding my sheep and herding my goats and herding my animals, and I'll give you my daughter. Okay, the veil was over the face. Marriage happened. I laid with her that night. Oh, the next morning, let's go and conceal this with an opportunity. And now we reveal the veil, and it's actually Rachel, the oldest one. And when you confronted the trickster, the uncle trickster, because you have Rebecca the trickster that helped me to cover myself up in furry animals so my daddy can think I'm the hairy Esau. Now I got her brother, Mr. Uncle Laban, saying, hey, now I tricked you into marrying my oldest. I can't marry my youngest before I marry my oldest. Well, if you give me 7 more years, you can have them both. Just keep doing what you're doing with my flock. Keep growing my sheep. Keep laboring my land. Keep being my servant, and I keep on blessing you. So what he do? Absolutely. He kept going because he wanted Rachel that bad. After going for Rachel so long, dang, he finally get to marry Rachel 14 years later. Now, he after working for a little while, he said, well, this man keep cheating me. He keeps trying to get over me. Let me go ahead and try and get for myself. And at this point, he said, well, let me go out here and make a deal with him and say, hey, the speckled animals, the brown animals, the animals that don't look imperfection, that ain't perfected, they're imperfected, I want them. The ones that's brown, the ones that's speckled, the ones that's spotted, the ones that got marks on them. Those are the ones I take. I take the ones that perceive to be the weakest ones. So the deal was made between Unc and nephew. Unc, still being a trickster, still being a deceitful, said, hey son, come take my animals, the ones that speckled, spotted, and messed up. Take them with you. Yes, take them on, you can have them. Got them, move on with them. Then all of a sudden, 6 years later, after God had came to Jacob and said, hey, inside the troughs, put branches of fresh branches, all right, inside the troughs that the water the stronger sheep are drinking. And that caused the imperfection to come out of their babies when they birth them. So now they birth, and now we have, sorry y'all on this thing, now we have stronger animals that will proceed to be weaker, speckled and spotted and marked. And now he have his share of what he can take with him, and it's more than the other ones. So he separated them. And instead of talking to old cheating Uncle Lot, old trickster Uncle Lot, I got my Uncle Lot, I'm sorry, Laban, then he go ahead and move off with his wife, talk to his wives, make a deal with him, and tell him, hey, look, this is what's going on. This is what I think we need to do. Here's the plan of action. Let's get at it. Let's get at it, right? So he do it. They get at it. They skedaddle, shall I say. And now, unfortunately, Rachel takes some images that she don't deserve and shouldn't have stolen. And she stole them. So because of this, all my uncle come home and see that, hey, everything gone. My kids gone, my grandkids gone, my servants gone, my flock is gone, my daughters are gone. And oh wow, why he took everything? He stole. And the brothers, the sons of Unc, his cousins, get jealous saying, oh, you done stole my daddy's flock. How you gonna take from my daddy? You been with him all the years. He done took care of you. He done did all this for you. He done made you, he done gave you both his daughters, and you just gonna steal it and take it and go with it? How dare you, right? How dare you? So now he got no favor. So they try and chase him down. And as they chase him down, they come up on him. They come up on Jacob and Laban. They have to have a conversation. And with that conversation, this is where God had to intervene and send an angel to tell Laban, don't talk good or bad about him. Don't speak of him. Leave him alone. Don't lay a hand on him. He's protected. And that's when the reality kick in, guys. Who really got the favor? Who really got the favor? God had promised and made a covenant with Jacob a long time ago when he laid his head 20-some years ago on a pillow when he was on his way to see his uncle. And that's when God fulfilled his promise by keeping no harm to him, right? And I ain't gonna go to 30, because 30 talk about when Jacob trying to go to his brother and find favor in him and get away. But we're gonna stop it right now with this portion that two men arguing, two men have a big disagreement, two men are mad, feel cheated, feel deserted, feel like, hey, something ain't right about this. And they come to agreement instead of going to fighting and killing each other. And so many times in this world right now, we got people, quote unquote, dropping bombs on nuclear sites. We got people fighting with each other and arguing with each other. We got countries that have been fighting for years, fighting with each other. I ain't solved the problem yet, but keep fighting, in my opinion. They may solve some problem, but I don't know what they are. It ain't my fight, it's their fight. So at the end of the day, some things I just have no control over, I can't give it energy to. And when it ain't directly affecting all my family or any of my family here right now in the States, then it's just hard for me to say, hey, I need to have an opinion. I need to share my opinion about it. It is what it is. But when it started affecting us, it started coming towards us and closer to us. Now, hey, this is an issue and concern. Not saying it can never get this way. I'm saying what it is today. So some people make something out of nothing. Some people make things bigger than they have to be. And some people don't just take anything serious, right? I choose to be one of the people that says, God got it. He got the favor. I can do my actions and my actions alone. I'm accountable for my actions alone. And that's all I can be accountable for. And I can try and make decisions to help with my actions. I hope you do the same. Hope you stop getting your nose in your business and everybody else and try and change their world, right? Because it ain't yours to change. Now, when it comes to countries and this political stuff and this diplomatic stuff, that's a different story. These people are in these positions that they created for this purposes. That's a different story. But us as everyday people don't have the bigger picture, don't have the training, don't have all the information to give advice, recommendations, suggestions, or anything. So that's why we have to stay in our place and say, okay, we're gonna pray about it. We're gonna do what we can do within our family. We're gonna raise the best kids, the best people, the best folks, and we're gonna do what we can do in our communities, our cities, our states. But certain levels, we just don't have no influence over. As you can see, Hillary Clinton, popular vote, everybody voted for her. Long time ago, she won the popular vote. But because they got these systems in place to set up that they don't care about the people and what the people says only, they got some other system in place that says, hey, we got delegations. We have certain states that's outnumbered in different nationalities, and we can't count them equal because of the amendments. You know, 2/3 of a person and all this stuff, right? So you got other reasons why we're gonna make sure the power of the people that's in power stay in power, because we got systems in place that the popular vote just don't matter. It doesn't. Just truth be told, the popular vote means you're popular. This is who the people want. But we, as Congress, we as government entities, we as government bodies have created a system that we put in place, the people that we want in place. So, vote. Make you feel like you did something. Make you feel like you done something. Make you think you got an opinion, because you do have an opinion. But at the end of the day, Hillary Clinton showed you that, hey, I won the popular vote. I won the people vote. But I didn't win the Congress, the bodies, the delegations, the systematic system. And she lost. She lost based off of that. Not because of the people. The people want her. So, all these folks that always like to give their 2 cents at the lowest level, being the people, keep giving it. But realize that's all it is. It's a conversation, an argument, a division between Democrats and Republican, independents, and whomever else you want to be a division between. But we arguing at the bottom level, and the people at the top level is laughing and giggling as they make decisions that we are not affecting. If you really want to make a big difference, you got to vote out some of the people being in the office that you can't vote out. People that's in the office permanently and forever. Got eternal, basically as long as they live, they in office. Those are the people that got to move, because them the same people that was in office when these crazy laws came about, Jim Crow and all the other laws that came about, right? So realize who really making decisions. Realize it ain't us. We got an opinion, they'll let us voice it so we can feel like we're in control, but we're not. Just as Jacob in this message, he did everything he's supposed to do. He did all the work. He did the stuff for his wife. He got tricked out of it. He did the stuff for his second wife. He got tricked out of it. And he got her. And then he said, okay, then, in order for you to have your own, then we're going to do this to you. This is the same thing going on in this world today. They still tricking people out of what they rightfully deserve based off of just doing right. Sometimes you got to take some more effort. And that's where you hear different sermons, preachers, or teachings from different people in the industry of clergymen, whereas you have the Malcolm X, you have the Black Panthers, and all the other folks that came up that says, hey, hold on, this system is flawed, and folks keep on flipping the system on us. They keep changing the law, right? Read the book, Who Moved My Cheese? That book tell you about what happened. The cheese keep getting moved. You can meet all the standards, you can check all the boxes, but they still move the cheese. Just like the movie Sinner. Movie Sinner just came out. Great movie, great name for it. Hey, you got all the money, you bought this free and clear with cash, and then we're gonna send some people over there to take you out after stealing your money. After taking it from you, we gave it to you legally, we gave it to you rightfully. Then we're gonna take it back by force. Guys, if you just ever do sometime, sit down and do your own history, your own research, what's going on in your own city, where your city came from, what happened in your city, you'll see that same tradition being repeated over and over again as of today. So again, Jacob decided to say no more. Jacob said, you're not gonna get me no more. Out of the book of Genesis, Jacob said, I'm gonna take my wives, I'm gonna take my kids, and I'm gonna take my share of my stock, and I'm gone. And whether y'all like it or love it or indifferent. And when they came up on him, he like, why are you chasing me down? I have done you no wrong. I have done you nothing but good. You still coming to hurt me, do harm to me. He said, but you stole this and you stole that. That wasn't yours, but it wasn't him. It was Rachel stole the images. And it caused the wrath to come all the way down on the leader, which is the husband of the 2 wives and the maids and all the servants. So thank God he intervened to stop the bloodshed. Thank God he told Laban, you got away with everything you got away with so far. There's enough is enough. And it allowed them to sit down, make an agreement with a pillar, call it by the names of both of them, said 2 different names, and they named it Gilead, I want to say. And then they agreed to walk away and separate. They broke bread, as they always do, and they left. I hope this was a blessing to you, insightful to you. Again, I am not a scholar. I'm just a young man deciding to pick the Bible up more than I used to pick up. I'm just a young man that deciding to read some things that I never took out the time to read before. I'm just a young man that have a little bit more time on hand where I ain't as stressed no more about just making $1. I'm more worried about making it to God, right? To going up a little higher and being a person that other folks can respect. and be an example to the people that come behind me. I'm just a man that's just trying my best to be my best on a daily basis, hoping that God do the rest as he done in Jacob's life. He made a promise to him, he gave him a vision, and he stood fast and he stood past it. So now we got another challenge coming up because Jacob got to go to Esau. So that'll be the next thing I talk about, plus some more. Don't know when, don't know where. Whenever it hits me, I'm gonna do it. I think I'm on mile number 3.6 seconds. I don't know what mile I'm on. I know I did 3 miles for sure. I don't know. Oh, 4.77. 4.77. All right. 8,625 steps. Take care. Hope this is a blessing to you. Please like, share, subscribe to someone else that may need to hear this word. Hey, go out there and say, you fooled me once, shame on you. You fooled me twice, shame on me. You're not going to fool me a third time. We're going to figure this out and we're going to get this done. And that's what happened with Jacob. Fooled me once with Rachel. Fooled me again, I got Leah. Then the third time, you try to take the spotted sheeps and send them away. But guess what? I take the fresh ones and I go ahead and help them to be spotted as they birth. I'll give you a few more years. I already gave you some. And we're going to move on now. So no more 3 times. The city, the state, do your research on your area you live in and see how many times they fool people in that area. And the plan they did back in the 60s, back in the 50s, back in the 1800s. And you'll see the same routine being done in a different way right now. So understand who you are and where you stand today so you can be a difference tomorrow. Because if you don't understand where you at today, you can't make no effect on your tomorrow because all your effort is going to naught. You have to align efforts to make the biggest impact and the biggest difference. Take care, be blessed. And hey, again, I'm not a political force, not a clergy force, just a man picking up the Bible and speaking my opinion of what I read and what came out. And that's all it was. Take care, be safe. Out here.